Hey there, Bible buddies. I've got another Bible review for you today, and if this Bible review is anything like the last white Bible I reviewed, it's not going to get much love whatsoever. Interesting enough, right? So out of all the Bibles that I have reviewed and sold, the only one that is still left to sell is the white Bible that I reviewed last. I'll even put a card for it up here if you guys want to see it. But I have to laugh because, nobody buys white Bibles. I'm sure somebody buys a white Bible when they get married so they can walk down the aisle with it and feel pious, but other than that, I don't think many people buy white Bibles. This one is a nice example of a Collins, though, and of course, in typical Rusty Bibles fashion, I dressed it up so it kind of looks like a candy cane. I might have ruined it. I don't know, but it's a nice white Bible. It's clean, right? In the sense that it's a nice white Bible. I don't know. It's held up well. It looks like a nice white Bible. Maybe I shouldn't have added the red gilt. I don't know. Art gilt. Either way, let's get into it. So again, it's a Collins King James Version, obviously. It does have a nice kind of silver imprinting there. It says Holy Bible. It does have a perimeter liner on the edge. And it does have a very nice white texture. Leather back then, right, there's no real way to produce white leather. So usually it's painted. So you have to be kind of careful when you're handling white Bibles to make sure you don't put any kind of solvents or anything on the cover, because it will start peeling the paint off. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. White Bibles are kind of weird in that regard. This one is not oxidized. Usually the white turns kind of yellow. This one is still a pretty nice shade of white. On the back, we have that same kind of grain. I don't know if you guys can even see it on camera. Maybe slightly. There you go, maybe. The perimeter line again. On the spine, we have Holy Bible and then Collins. And then you have some little rib indications there that kind of press down along with the kind of foiled silver in between. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. The other features, we have black head and tail bands. And I think I dyed these black. I think originally they might have been white. I don't know why I went with black, and I don't know why I did that. I also added this black ribbon. It's a nice thick ribbon, double-sided satin, very floppy. I'm not sure why I added this. I should have done it in white. I don't know why I even added the page edge gilt. I don't know. I'm losing my mind, I guess. Obviously, I did a red page edge gilt, and it was silver to begin with. I think this one, if I remember correctly, had a bunch of nicks on the gilt, like fingernail nicks, and I wanted to kind of hide that, so I added the red, and that I felt like did a good job hiding it. Kind of has a candy cane look to it, though, but we'll get into it. I think I added, end sheets. And this is a nice red banana paper is what it's called. And I like the way it looks. I think it adds a nice little bit of red to the inside there. And it's a nice scarlet red. Almost reminds me now. Look, this is where my mind's at. It kind of reminds me of a red piece of red velvet cake. I'm hungry. It's late. I could go for some red velvet cake. Corner work, non-existent. It's just a paste down. And I think it was just a white vinyl paste down, if I remember correctly. So this kind of added a little kind of flavor to it. No pun intended. Pun intended. Yeah. So nicely done. Work by myself. So when we flip in, you have the presentation page. And I guess this was definitely supposed to be like a marriage Bible. It says certificate of marriage there. And it's very effeminate, right, in its presentation with the little flowers and that kind of stuff. You have your births and marriages. So I'm guessing this would have been a little marriage Bible that was given out. You have your death page there. And then you have your Holy Bible title page. Again, the King James Version, and this is indicated as a Ruby text edition, so there probably will not be any references. It'll just be the Ruby, kind of Ruby-sized text there. So we'll flip, and we have the Collins license, which I love. It tells you all the information there. If you guys want to read that, feel free to pause. Printed in Great Britain. Your epistle dedicatory on the opposite side. Remainder of it, then you have your table of contents, and then in alphabetical order, and the first book of Moses called Genesis. Now this is a Ruby text, so it is fairly small. We've been seeing a lot of these pocket-sized editions recently, and the Ruby was another one of those that's kind of in that same vein. Now I think Allen still produces the Ruby on occasion, so if this is something that interests you, this kind of size, it's still out there, it's still available. You can see this very nice kind of red, almost like a scarlet red gilt on the page edges there. Kind of flip into it a little bit here so we can get some better details. But you have the book and the chapter indicators there, kind of that are associated with that page. On the outer corners in the gutter, we have the kind of the running headers, the subject headers there. We have our chapter indicators at each beginning of each chapter, and then we have our double line drop cap also. And they are probably using Pilgrim markers. Let's see if I can find one. Yeah, there we go, Pilgrim marker to indicate your paragraph. Your new paragraph. This is a nice paper. It's not very yellowed. It's a nice kind of matte finish paper. It's very textured, which is nice. Makes it easy to turn. Let's go ahead and flip to the Psalms. There's Psalm 119. We'll turn to the next page. You can see here that they're doing the Hebrew character and the transliteration of the character. There and there. And the paper is very nice. Look at that. There's very little show through. It doesn't look like it's line matched. It looks like it's a little off there. But again, the paper's so nice that that's minimal. I mean, very minimal. Let's go to the end of the Old Testament. We have the end of Malachi and the New Testament title page. We have our license again in the books of the New Testament. And then our Gospel according to Matthew. I'll turn a few pages in. You can see it's a black letter text, so not much to look at there. Just that nice black text. We'll flip to the end. Listen, if you're getting married and you want to buy this Bible or the other one, the other white one I got, by all means, go for it. Knock yourself out. Walk your bride down down the aisle with one of the Rusty Bible specials that have been custom dressed up. We have the end of the Bible there. Then we have our Harmony of the Gospels in a horizontal orientation. That's a first. And then we have the remainder of that Harmony of the Gospels, again, all in horizontal. That's really unique. That's all there is. And then your maps. Again, horizontal. I'll show you the maps. Kind of simple there. Kind of a pastel coloration. These are like the standard for Collins around the time. And then a little item number there. Looks like W1312X. And then a 25 on that top corner, whatever that means. And that's it. So not much to this Bible. Pretty simple. Again, I would imagine usually these ruby editions, especially the rubies in white. Again, this is usually given to a bride to walk down the aisle with, so she's holding a Bible. I think that's kind of a traditional thing. I don't know that many people do that nowadays. But again, if you want to buy this one, if you're a lovely bride and you have a white and red themed wedding, maybe this one could be for you. I would imagine this one's going to sit on eBay for a very long time, like the other one. So eventually, maybe I'll put it for $1 just so it finds a home, right? Because I don't know that I would carry around a white Bible. This one's nice enough, it doesn't have anybody's name on it like the other one does. The white's still in pretty nice condition. It's a nice paper. It's a smaller size, probably a little small for me though. But speaking of little small for me, let's go ahead and take a look at those font sizes. And we will see if it really truly is too small for my eyes. Although judging by this, I would venture a yes guess. Because it is getting small and quick. It's about a 6-point font. About a 6.5 point font versus Times New Roman for the uppercase. And for the lowercase, about a 6.5 point font also for the lowercase. So 6.5 point font versus Times New Roman for this entire book. And again, Allen still makes the ruby, and there's certainly plenty of rubies to be found on eBay. So if this coloration is not your thing, but you want a smaller Bible like this, a very, very nice trim size, these are very easy to find on eBay. So yeah, kudos to you if you're looking for one, a ruby, and you can read it. Then I admire your vision. Bible buddies. Until next time, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. I don't ask very often because I just assume if you're here, you know how to do it. Until next time, Bible buddies. Bye.